Guys, what is up? It is Chris Colgan. Today I got another driving tour for you. I'm looking at this out of the blue restaurant. This actually closed down, and believe it or not, it's going to be turned into a silver diner, which I'm really excited about. But today we're going to be going through a tour of Bristow, Virginia, the home to Jiffy Lube Live and a couple huge neighborhoods. So right now I'm in Gainesville at the Virginia Gateway Shopping Center, and Gainesville, Bristow, Manassas kind of eventually ended up touching. But the cool thing is, if you were to move here to Bristow and you're not familiar, this Virginia Gateway Shopping Center is very convenient, and it's super close to Bristow as well, even though it's located in Gainesville. Now, one of the cool things I'll tell you about Bristow is you have Jiffy Lube Live, the huge concert venue, and the zip code, or the city there, the postal city, is actually Bristow. So it's kind of funny. Sometimes you'll go to like a big concert there, and then the act will be like, "Come on, Bristow, let's get crazy," but they don't really realize that Bristow isn't like New York City. It's not that huge. So basically, if you were looking at a map, there's a road called Linton Hall Road, and that goes right up the middle of Bristow, and that's where most of the houses and subdivisions are going to be. So let's take oh my goodness, if I get around all these trucks here. So now I'm going to drive down. I'm actually going to be making a left on Linton Hall, leaving this Virginia Gateway, kind of to give you guys an idea where I'm at, right? So if I went right, I'm going to end up on 29, and that will connect me to 66 with all of the hot lanes, everything that you want if you wanted to head into Washington, D.C. If I went right here and I went straight, I would actually end up in Haymarket, Virginia, the beautiful downtown area with a hotel, all kinds of things to do. Now, if I go left, I'm going to go left here on Linton Hall Road. I'm going to end up going towards Bristow, and that's where I'm going to be showing you guys today. There's pretty much 3-4 big neighborhoods in Bristow I'm going to be showing you. One is going to be Kingsbrook. Another one is going to be Braemar, which is like the big neighborhood. And then another couple great neighborhoods like Victory Lakes, and those are just like some phenomenal places. I would say the average sales price you're looking in Bristow is going to be around $650,000 to $700,000, mainly like townhomes with one-car garages, and then single-family homes with quarter-acre lots or so. So, all right, let's go ahead. I want to make a left here whenever this light goes through, and let's go continue on this tour of Bristow, Virginia. Now, if you weren't like from the area and you're kind of watching, which a lot of my viewers do on these videos, to the left is another section of Virginia Gateway. You've got like Regal Cinema, you've got Spring Hill Suites Hotel, Firebirds, all kinds of really great restaurants that are going to be super close to you. And I'll show you another big shopping center located in Bristow as well. So back in the day when I went to school around here, when I grew up around here, this was literally a 2-lane road, and now I'm sounding like that old guy. So there is like plenty of growth that's happened here. Another thing that I'll tell you, right over here to the left is going to be a huge Lifetime Fitness gym. That thing was like $130 million to make. Really popular gym. We go there. They got an indoor pool, got outdoor pool that's almost like an Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's just a great gym to go in. And right now we're actually expecting snow, so they're sitting here treating the road. So just keep driving down here through Bristow. So technically I really am in Gainesville right now, but we're about to hit up Bristow, Virginia. And by the way, guys, if you want my relocation guide, I'm going to link it in the description below. That goes through everything that you need to know about relocating here to Northern Virginia. And email me info@colganteam.com if you are thinking about making a move here to Northern Virginia. One of the most convenient things is you've got, like I said, 66 back that way, but down by the Manassas airport, there is going to be a VRE train, and it's actually called the Bristow Station. That's going to be a VRE that's going to be like a Virginia Railway Express train that you can ride right into downtown DC, the Pentagon, other metro areas. A ton of people utilize that service, so definitely keep that in mind. You can definitely look at it. I would go on their VRE's website and kind of see where they're going, if it's where you're going to be working. If you were going to drive in, you would either go on 66 or you'd hit up the 234 bypass. If you kept going straight for about 30 miles, 20 miles, You would actually hit Interstate 95, but that's not going to be a fun drive. That's going to have a lot of traffic. All right, so now we are in Bristow, and they're treating the roads because we're expecting to get some rare ice and snow for December. It'd be awesome if we actually got a white Christmas. I haven't seen one of those. Man, I don't even remember since. So this one's going to be like built in like the early 2000s, late 90s, mainly a mix of townhomes and single family homes. Of course, they have a pool, community center, all kinds of different things to do. They actually have their own elementary school, which is going to be right here to my right, which is really common for Bristow. And this is going to be Bristow Run Elementary. And then they also have a high school called Patriot. And there's another high school in Gainesville called Gainesville High School as well. So you can tell this neighborhood, look at these beautiful sidewalks that you can kind of just walk anywhere. Got the trails right over there's a pond to maybe do some fishing. I want to show you guys right here. They got the HOA sign and it says, hey, we got a meeting coming up, happy Thanksgiving. Just like tons of cool things. So let's take a look at some of the single family. So a lot of these will be 3-level colonials, and you'll have a 2-car garage. Some of them can get really huge. I would expect to pay between $700,000 and $900,000 for one of these, maybe on the lower end $650,000. They do have some smaller single families that you can get into, but a lot of these are going to be like vinyl siding. Some of them will have brick front. The one thing I like about Kingsbrook, since it is a little bit older, is some of the lots can be a lot bigger than what you would usually get in other neighborhoods. But the HOA here, probably you got trash, community center, your pool, all of that kind of included. And I wouldn't think the HOA here is pretty strict. My cousin actually lives in here, and he really loves this neighborhood. He talks highly of it all the time. And so you can just tell, man, like really huge neighborhood, nice mature trees. That's one of the things that I really like about looking at like the older neighborhoods, because most of the newer ones aren't going to have the mature trees, and you're going to see a lot just like houses everywhere. But let me show you over here the townhouse section. All right, so these are going to be some of the townhomes. And guys, like townhomes, a lot of people sometimes will say, oh, Chris, I don't really want a townhouse, you know, but the thing is, like, these townhouses can be bigger than some of the single families that you will find for sale. It's actually quite unbelievable. Like with these right here, you're probably looking at like $400,000 to $500,000 depending on the size, and you can tell like plenty of parking. You usually will get like 2 guest spots, and then they will usually have tons of visitor parking. But look at this, everyone's got 1-car garage ahead, then you've got the bigger layouts over here, and some of them will have a bump out, like, and you can get ones with 3-level bump outs, and these houses will have huge master suites, huge bathrooms as well with jacuzzi tubs. So there's plenty of townhomes in here. And now the funny thing is, as we're driving around, a lot of these people have solar, which I didn't even realize so many townhouses around there have solar. So you can tell it's trash day. A lot of people have their recycling, their trash out. But yeah, this is Kingsbrook, really great neighborhood. And like I said, built in the early 2000s, late 90s, one of the first big neighborhoods out here. It's kind of funny. There's a place called Linton Hall that's run by a bunch of nuns, and my aunt actually works there. She kind of runs it all for them. But they owned all the land out here, and they just sold it throughout the years, and now, you know, for millions of dollars to all the developers. So they got a lot of money. Those nuns might go hang out with them. But yeah, you can see you got tot lots, pretty much anything and everything, and you're conveniently located off of Linton Hall Road. All right, guys, I'm gonna come up here. I really want to show you guys Braemar and some of the shopping around here and Bristow. So let's keep taking a tour of beautiful Bristow, Virginia. Right here, this is actually going to be the clubhouse for Kingsbrook, if you guys wanted to see that. So they got a pool, tennis courts, all kinds of different things. You got people over here playing tennis. Pool's obviously closed for the winter, but beautiful clubhouse, really cool business center in there. Place for your kids to put their bikes, and right over there, you've got one of the tot lots. And like I said, there's actually people outside playing tennis. They're crazy. It's freaking freezing outside. So really cool, tons of amenities. Let's head over to Braemar. That's one of my favorite neighborhoods. Let's go check this one out. So one thing you might be wondering is like, what about the jobs? Companies around here is going to be like Micron Technology. You also have the FAA over in Warrenton. You've got Lockheed Martin, and then Manassas Airport. There's a lot of upside by buying over here because the Manassas Airport will eventually have commercial flights probably in the next year or two. And so I think that's really going to make property values around here soar. And then a really cool place, you got the Nova Live campus with 2 silos, the farm brewery, all kinds of different things to do over there, proof bar and kitchen. That's a really cool spot. It's like the second most visited attraction in all of Virginia. It's a huge brewery, and like that place is absolutely awesome. And like I said too, you got Jiffy Lube Live here with all the concert seasons and all of that. I'm not going to show you guys on this tour, but there's another neighborhood called Foxborough that's really similar to Kingsbrook, kind of like age-wise and pricing wise. That one is really popular as well. A lot of people like that one as like a starter home area, or like maybe a townhome starter home. My brother did that years ago. So right over here, this Devlin Road, I could go left and I would connect over to 29 where actually Jiffy Lube Live is, and then the Wellington area. Over there, you're going to see a lot of these data centers. They are just popping up everywhere, and those are bringing a lot of jobs as well. So right up here, there's a road called Sudley Manor. This is going to connect right into Manassas. I used to always say when I was a kid, man, Bristow and Manassas are eventually going to touch as they kept growing, and they have. So you can cut right up through the Sudley Manor and go right into Manassas to the 20109 zip code area. Plenty of things to do there. Costco, shopping, jobs. The Manassas Mall over there is getting a full redevelopment that's going to be simply amazing. So there's plenty of upside to buy over here. And the thing is, guys, these data centers have just bought so much of the land. So it's like there's not much building going on over here anymore. It's all pretty much data center land at this point. And so right over here, this is a pretty cool shopping center. You've got like Safeway, AutoZone, like, you know, basically pretty much anything and everything that you could want. Chinese restaurant, which, you know, every place has that. All kinds of different shopping things. But this would be to go to like get your essentials and all of that. So to my left is going to be Braemar, and that has a couple different sections. There's going to be about 2 HOAs in there, but that one has got several different pools, community centers, like anything and everything that you could want in a neighborhood. That one, Braemar, is going to have. It's just pretty much got like all the amenities. To my right is going to be Dunbarton. Now they got a gate, otherwise I go through there. They are a 55 and above active adult community. So if you did want to live in there, you know, if you're an active adult person, you could definitely go in there and be close. And they're not going to have as much amenities as maybe like a heritage hunt or somewhere like that, but they definitely have plenty to do. Now, one of my favorite houses styles is over here by this Highland Village gate for Braemar. It's like these carriage homes, and then they have a 2-car garage behind them, but you got some massive single families as well over here in Braemar that can get upwards of $1 million. I mean, I've sold some that have 8 or 9 bedrooms, and this would be a good idea to show you guys. These carriage homes are almost like bigger detached townhomes with a with its own like 2-car garage. But you guys can see, like, look how cute these things are. This part of the area really reminds me of Celebration, Florida at Disney. So you can get one of those for like $550 to $650, and then some of these single families you're going to go like $700,000, $800,000, $900,000, somewhere around there. And this is off of Nolan Castle Drive. So guys, you can tell I really know everything about Northern Virginia. I want to show you some more of like the community center type stuff and the actual some more townhouses. All right, so this is another section right over here. I just sold. It was pretty cool. Like a bunch of my friends lived over here and they moved out towards Warrenton. But you can see, yeah, you can see Braemar. It says, they got a sign over there. It says protect Braemar, say no to power lines. So a lot of these data centers are coming in here. They're putting up huge power towers, and that's something that you're going to want to think about. But if I look to my right, I can see this other section of Braemar, the houses there where the water tower is. The houses there are going to be about $1 million to $900,000, but you can see they've got like several different community centers, pools. Like right to the front of me is going to be another like pool area with obviously a daycare as well, and then another park. And so you've got just so many different styles. There's even townhouses in here for around $350,000. They're just 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. And then you also have these back-to-back townhomes and these carriage style houses as well. There's just so much to choose from, like housing-wise, when you're looking over in the Braemar area. So these kind of like back to each other, and they don't really have you don't have a backyard, so you have a lot less maintenance. Those have been pretty popular, but again, if you're someone who wants to like grill out or cook out, I probably would just go to like one of these normal townhomes that you're going to see right in front of me. So I want to take you guys over to another section of Braemar, because this neighborhood is huge. Yeah, so right over here, the shopping center, you've got Arby's, Bank, Safeway, Chinese, Velocity Wings, which is a really good wing place, gas station, pretty much anything and everything you would need. So you really don't need to leave Braemar, but you could literally go about 5 to 10 miles up the road and you'll hit Costco in Manassas, just all kinds of different stuff over that way. You can get on 66 over there as well. So now I'm taking a right here on Linton Hall, and I want to show you guys. It's hard to see because the airport's around here, so it's really, there's not much. My drone guy, I can't really get much, but to my left of me there's a brand new 55 plus neighborhood right over here, kind of in this corner pocket right over here. So those are probably like $700,000 to $800,000 for a single family home. And like right over to my right, I'm looking at it, there's another gate for Braemar. It's not gated, they call them gates, but that's another section of Braemar, and it just shows you how huge that neighborhood actually is. And then right to my left over there is actually Linton Hall School. So that's a Catholic school, elementary and middle school. Like I said, my aunt kind of runs the stuff for the nuns, but and then to my left is going to be a great neighborhood called Villages of Saybrook. There's some new stuff in there. Then you also a little bit have some older townhomes and single families as well. And that is a cool spot. It's part of Braemar, like a subset of it. Just keep in mind, you are going to have some decently priced single HOA-dos, and this is kind of the original main area right here that I'm going on. I'm going on Braemar Parkway, and if I go up here, to my left is going to be a big townhome area, right? But up here, I'm going to show you another one of their pools in this section and some other different housing styles. Okay, cool. So this right here is going to be another pool. And I really love these houses right here. They were built by NV Homes. They're around $1 million, but they are huge, man. Just like big 3-level colonials. And looks like I would pull back to this little clubhouse. Let me see. So this is Braemar Swim Club right here. So they actually have their own swim team. It looks like there's some kind of a wedding or something going on here eventually, but you can tell. Look how beautiful this little swim club is. They've got it all decorated for Christmas. Your kids can do the swim team, and a lot of the swim contests are actually held at Colgan High School, named after my grandfather in Manassas. But like, how cool is this neighborhood, man? Just like so much for your kids to do. They can walk to the schools. They got a little box out there that says letters to drop off for Santa Claus. Absolutely love this neighborhood. I've sold, I don't even know, probably 100 homes over here in my career. But you got these NV homes, brick front, 3-car garage. This neighborhood's got to have several thousand homes. But coming back over here, I wanted to show you guys again like a good mix of like single family. You've got all these walking trails to the left and my right over here. And then right over here, there's some more townhomes. So you can just tell like how diverse the housing is in this neighborhood. All right, guys, now I'm back on this Braemar Parkway. And I want to show you guys just how convenient it is. So look how nice these nice walking trails is. It's all nice with mature trees, all kinds of just like amenities over here. There's a whole nother section over here. But right over here, if I were to keep going straight, they have their own elementary school, another one, and then the high school is not that far away from here as well. So just a really beautiful neighborhood, and this place is absolutely huge. If I went down here and made a right at the end of Braemar Parkway, I would index over at the Manassas Airport where Aurora Flight Services is, and then obviously the VRE train as well. And so this is just conveniently located. But I'm going to show you guys one more neighborhood. It's called Victory Lakes, which is one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of Northern Virginia. Yep, there's the crest at Linton Hall. That's going to be a 55 plus neighborhood. Now I'm coming back on Sudley Manor, and I want to show you guys one of my favorite neighborhoods. It's called Victory Lakes. This was probably built in like 2007, 2005, but this is a really beautiful neighborhood with huge houses, also really large townhouses as well. And Sudley Manor kind of like goes up right up here, and to the left of me, you'll start to see Victory Lakes, and they got a really cool, unique, beautiful clubhouse that you can kind of see up here on my left. And then you can see all the houses around here. They have their own elementary as well. There's plenty of new middle schools in this area as well. And then you've got new townhome developments. And to the right, there's a couple different like pocket neighborhoods. But Victory Lakes definitely is one of my favorite just because the houses are really unique. A lot of them were built by Miller and Smith. And Miller and Smith always did like kind of unique looking houses, which I always appreciated. And their townhouses here, some of them are 4 levels, absolutely huge townhomes. But I want to show you guys, if I kept going straight up here, like I said, I would eventually end up in Manassas. And to my left is more townhomes. To my right is still part of Victory Lakes. This area is just huge. They've got a huge lake over here. Now, it's not something that you're going to take a jet ski on, right? But some of these townhomes as well, they got detached garages behind them, which I think is really cool. That you can, so if you're a car lover like me, you can park your car. And then right up here is University Boulevard. If you made a right, you could end up over by the VRE station or 2 silos, and that cuts over where the FBI is as well. So plenty of transportation options. But we're going to go up here. We're going to make a left on Wellington Road, and we can kind of end this thing over by Jiffy Lube Live, and that way you guys, kind of giving you guys a quick tour. Right to my right, about 2 miles away, there's also a Target, like all kinds of different shopping, dining, but now we're starting to kind of get over to where all the data centers are as well. But I'm going to hang a left on here to Wellington, and I kind of just want to show you guys. Now keep in mind, this is data center area. So you're going to see a lot of these data centers all throughout this area. All right, so now I'm driving up Wellington. Guys, you can obviously tell there is a ton of data center development. Now, the county swears up and down this is going to make our taxes go down. I have not seen it yet happen, but we shall see. One of the things that stunk about it was Merrifield Garden Center just sold. They're a really popular garden center, and they sold out to a data center company. So you're going to be seeing that. You may even work at a data center company. I've got some family members that do. But yeah, guys, coming up here. So right up to if I keep going a little bit further, and I'll show you guys on the drone, Jiffy Lube Live. They do all the concerts, all the thing. There's usually it's a Live Nation thing, and a lot of big music acts come through there, and it's just a really popular music venue. I hope they don't sell out to a data center company, but you never know. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick tour of Bristow, Virginia. If you are thinking about buying and you've been watching this far, email me info@colganteam.com. Let me know in the comments below where you guys are watching from and what else you want to see, and definitely request my relocation guides, and I'll see you at the top or from the top.